Alright, hi, my name is Jardy. Today we're going to service an oil boiler that I installed 2 years ago. Last year I serviced it. It was very clean. It should be the same. It's installed. It looks clean in the pipe, so it should be clean. It's all clean, but I'll take it apart and we'll go at it. First thing I'm going to do is start with the filters. Felt filter, and then there's a strainer in there, and then a new nozzle I'll put in. And this is a two-line system, so what you have to do, it keeps pumping the oil through the tank because it's an outside oil tank. You don't want it to gum up and goop up on you. So I shut the power off up above, but there's a little cord here. We'll get rid of that, and then we'll have to open the door and clean. We're going to start on the filters here. So let me just shut these guys off. Hopefully that's seated. These shut-offs are spring-loaded. Sometimes you got to give them a little help when they're older. Just tap on them and they seat. They stop the flow. Okay.
That's the filter.
We're just going to put it there. I just want to make sure all the parts are here. Okay. Hopefully these things are off. That right, 9/16. We'll see shortly if they shut off or not. Okay, we're all good. Set it down, Michael. Let it go. Let it go, Michael.
Okay.
Don't pull it apart. And the filter actually looks fairly good. When you service them every year, they keep their oil tanks full. You don't gum them up, which is a good thing. You run your oil tanks down to the bottom, it sucks all the sludge and junk and debris.
You're using gum out carburetor cleaner, right?
I prefer 2+2, but gum auto was what we had. Clean the inside of the filter housing out. And wipe her down. And she looks clean. One more spray. Put our new filter in. And our gasket. I like to get a little bit of oil on that gasket.
Now the big question is, are there the same filters for everything, or is everything different?
No, some filters they have the spin-on cartridge, and sometimes they'll have a larger. You could put a larger felt filter in. Some of the newer boilers, the nozzle is so small and tiny. I'll put a felt filter and then a spin-on, and that seems to work real well for me. I don't have any problems with the nozzles clogging up. The new boilers have a lower firing rate, so you have a smaller nozzle, so it's more susceptible to debris and the oil. And people run their tanks out of oil, it'll block it right up in no time flat. So, but they keep up on their oil here, and that filter, as you can see, was fairly clean, and it's done every year. So, and you could usually tell if there's moisture in the oil tank. The bolt starts rusting. This one's good. So yeah, there's no rust on the bolt, Michael. you see rust on a bolt, you know that they're running the oil tank down. It has its little home it goes into. Okay, we don't want to kill it. There's a little strainer behind this housing, and that's your second line of defense. You get a gasket and a new strainer, and hole up. You'll see. I'll show you how that goes. We'll put that guy up in there. Where are we at? Over here. Okay. We'll see what this guy looks like. Not too bad. They must keep up on their oil. And here's the gasket. Again, hole up all the time. And then we'll spray some cleaner in there, because there is a little bit of debris in there, as you see. Clean it out, wipe it out. And spray a little bit more. What was that, Michael? You don't want any of those little pieces going in the nozzle. And she looks good. And a little spray. That's it. Keep you there. And here's the new strainer.
That's a Beckett.
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 That's a Beckett.
Beckett.
So you go down the plumbing.
Beckett has their name on it, but they're usually all Suntemps. It's made by Suntemp. Beckett put their name on it. It's a Beckett burner, so.
Okay, they're all tight.
We'll go over them one more time and make sure. We'll cross tighten them. Come on. Can't see no more. Okay, we're all good. All good. Now we're going to do the nozzle inside the burner. You have to get in the... Always make sure the power's off before you go in there.
line going to the nozzle.
Comes off the pump and goes to the nozzle. Nice and clean. There's the cat eye. Everything looks clean in there. Clean as a whistle. All these new burners, they burn nice. These new boilers, they have them figured out pretty good compared to the old ones. Usually everything is really good. We'll open the top up and we'll take a peek in it, and we'll open the chamber up here.
You got it.
Yeah, I got it all right. That looks pretty good. I'll get this over here. The nozzle assembly. And some of the shit out there. The nozzle looks pretty good. Burning. It's not too bad for a year. Okay. I didn't want that to happen. Get some of that carbon off there. Okay. Yeah, look at a little dirty. A little dirty. We'll spray it out. And the electrodes look real good. They stay with these intermittent ignitions. The electrodes last many, many years compared to the old style. And there's our firing rate, 0.65, 60 degree W. You can see how the filter's nice and clean. That's your last line of defense. You don't have to kill these. Just like that. There we go. And the gap for the electrodes I set initially, and this one looks like it's 5/32 apart, a 1/16 in front, and it looks like 3/8 above. I don't know exactly, but for this particular burner, and I can't see it, but it's been set and it's burning right from the beginning. So put the shroud back on. Okay. Electrodes look good. There doesn't look like any cracks. They're not carboning up. You get a crack in here, it's just like a spark plug. It won't fire correctly. They're all good. It's a new unit. Should be burning nice. This is always fun. This is always fun. They don't give you much room in these. There, we got lucky. Engineers need to re-examine that. And this nut has a recess in it for the flare section, so you have to put the recess towards the nut here, the flare nut, so it'll go in and tighten up. Give this a little tap. Tighten that nut up a little. Oh, good. And we'll see that next year again. What I'm going to do is open the fuel lines now, and I'll run it for 30 seconds or so. And these two-line systems are self-priming, so you don't have to bleed. You don't have to bleed them out. Okay, that's good. This guy back in his home. It's a firing nozzle. Save us in an emergency.
Plug it back in.
We're going to plug it back in, and I'm just going to fire it up.
We turn it on?
Yeah, turn it on.
Right here?
Yeah. Let's see if it'll...
Okay, it's on. Okay, we'll run it for a minute.
We'll run it for a minute or so. We're going to take the smokestack off and look at the heat exchanger and open up the front door and look at the chamber inside, make sure we're all good. And then we'll check the chimney also over there. Wrong way, Feldman. We're just going to take the smokestack off. Jam that in. There we go. Okay, you can let it go.
Okay.
Take a look at the heat exchanger. And it looks clean as a whistle. But we're going to brush it out anyway. As you can see, it's clean. When they're set up good, and the smokestack looks good.
Okay, we'll take that off.
Okay. Jeez. Those two. Hope I don't want to lose that guy. Alright, let me get the brush.
That's your cleaner brush.
And a brush it or a vacuum. Get the vacuum. You hold the vacuum, Michael. We got to put that on. There we go. the combustion chamber up and take a look and see how clean we are. It was clean. The heat exchanger above was clean. We'll look at the chamber. Look at how clean we were. Look at how clean. I didn't even have to vacuum. Perfect. So this set up nice. Burning nice, Jim. Well,
Okay, that's done. You're gonna check the chimney now.
yeah, we get some vacuum in there. Get the vacuum over just a little
What
bit.
are we gonna do now?
Well, we're gonna check the draft, the CO2, the smoke, and we'll do the stack temp. I'll get everything ready. You see the draft starting to grow. The chimney's heating up. It's at 3 now. It's at 3. It's almost at 3. It'll probably go up, once it warms up, probably get up to about 3 or 4, which is fine. This calls for draft 2 to 4 on this boiler with the damper. But if I open this up, it drops.
Hold on.
I close it. Now watch, get it down here. I'll open it. I open the damper.
Damper.
And you get less draft.
You just close it, you get more
And
draft.
you have to adjust it with a little weight. And there's a scale here, horizontal and vertical. I see guys, they just put them on wherever it comes out of the box. They put it on. It could be they have it on vertical. It doesn't work right.
Yeah.
As long as they got it on there, they're happy. And we're almost at 3, which is all I could get out of this chimney. With that closed. So open again, it drops. We don't want that. Closed. And that's as much draft as I can get.
Now, if you're gonna adjust something in the air down here,
If I had to adjust for the smoke, if the smoke was either too much or not enough, you either have to, if it's too much smoke, you have to increase the air. If it's not enough smoke, you decrease the air. But when I set this up, I went a little bit above the factory setting. Maybe one notch. The reason I did that is because if it's dusty, it starts getting dust in the unit and it'll start smoking up on you. So I kind of make it a little bit, like I make maybe 0 smoke. I'll measure the stack temperature of the unit. Let me get my gauges out of here, Michael. It's just over 3, but it's climbing. But you want it over 3 so you don't condensate and you'll get condensation in the boiler. You can control the stack temp by moving the air, but it'll start smoking up if you want to get it lower. If you want it higher, you give it less air. But it's actually fine. It's at 350 minus 360 minus the ambient temperature. What do you say it's down here, Mike? 65?
yeah.
So right now the boiler itself is probably 300 degrees, which is good. It won't condensate, which it won't rot the boiler apart, which is what we want. This is Honest Jardy back again, and that's just a quick basic rundown of how I set a boiler or check a boiler. It was originally set up, I originally set it up, and it hasn't changed in 2 years. And as you've seen, the heat exchanger is clean in the chamber. So once you get them set right, the new boilers fire nice, the burners fire nice, and usually you just have to change the filters and strainer, and then a new nozzle. You check the electrodes, and usually I'm good for, this will be good for 10 years before we start having problems with the transformer and the primary, the motor. Everything wears out eventually. But even the aquastat. And that's it for today.